Thank you for being a part of Falcon history as we close the doors of the house that roars, venerable Anderson Arena. There have been so many great moments we've shared over the years within these walls, but the legacy of excellence that Harold Anderson established over his 21 years of coaching reached back before Memorial Hall was built. Andy brought national acclaim to the university's basketball program as the Falcons appeared year after year in the NIT tournament played in Madison Square Garden. He coached some of the country's finest players during the 40s and 50s. Falcon basketball legends like Mac and Don Otten, Charlie Scher, Wendell Gray, Al Bianchi, and others, laying a solid foundation for 50 years of incredible basketball within these walls. Coach Anderson retired within a few years of Memorial Hall's opening, but not before some of BGSU athletics' finest moments thrilled Falcon fans yet again. A fitting culmination of Andy's stellar career took place on February 16, 1963, when the Falcons defeated number 2 Loyola, the team that would ultimately claim that year's national championship. That incredibly talented Falcon team included all Anderson legends, Butch Comives, Bob Dwars, and Nate Thurman, so it was a fitting tribute when the arena was named after Coach Anderson later that same year. Andy's legacy of excellence in athleticism, scholarship, and sportsmanship will forever be a part of who we are. Adding to the legacy was the introduction of women's intercollegiate athletics in the mid-70s, when women's basketball and volleyball came to Anderson Arena. Now Falcon fans were treated to 3 times the thrills, as even heavily favored teams from the power conferences often fell victim to the one-of-a-kind home court advantage of the house that roars. Unforgettable triumphs that will live on, like the volleyball team's victory over Western Michigan that clinched the program's first MAC championship, and our upset victory over nationally ranked Michigan State, and our 31-4 season that earned an historic appearance in the NCAA Sweet 16. But even with all that, the real reason Falcon teams and fans have loved this building since it opened in 1960 is the electricity generated by their own collective energy. That would be you and me. After all, we are BG. So as we bid a fond farewell to this venerable arena where we've shared so many great moments, we realize that the essence and the greatness of the house that roars goes with us to the Stroh Center. It's a legacy that's embodied in our current student athletes and all of the letter winners who have shown us what it means to be a true Falcon. And no group exemplifies the Anderson legacy of excellence in athleticism, scholarship, and sportsmanship better than our 3 all-Anderson teams. Nate Thurman and Chris Tuttle, Howard Comives and Debbie Hopkins, Walt Piakowski and Stephanie Coe, Cornelius Cash and Joe Lynn Williamson, Jim Penix and Jackie Motika, Bob Dwars and Linda Popovich, Marcus Newbern and Megan McGuire, Colin Irish and Paulette Backstrom, David Greer and Angie Bonner, Lisa Micah and Lori Albers, Tammy Schiller and Talita Scott, Holly Costine and Shane Klein-Rubinski, Carrie Amos and Antonio Daniels, Carlin Esslinger and Sarah Puthoff, Wendy Watkins and Anthony Stacy, Keith McLeod and Katie Romick, Chrissy Gothke and Allie Mann, Liz Honegger and Stephanie Swiger, Kate Octor and Kendra Hall, Chelsea Meek and Lauren Prohaska. Equally impressive are the coaches who helped keep our focus on what it means to be a Falcon over the past 50 years, that tenacious spirit we've seen play out in this arena countless times. Warren Schaller and Patricia Peterson, Sue Hager and Nora Liu, Bill Fitch and Kathy Bowl, Bob Conabeer and Sandy Haynes, Pat Haley and Fran Bowl, John Weinert and Jackie Clark, Jim Larinaga and Denise Vanderwally, Dan Dockage and Dee Knobloch, Louis Orr and Kurt Miller, Harold Andy Anderson. To all the coaches, athletes, and fans who have made Anderson Arena a legendary venue in college basketball and volleyball, we just want to say thanks for the memories.